Hi everyone, happy Tuesday. I hope you're doing well today. Please forgive me for not being able to upload yesterday. It just hasn't fit on my schedule. I have been trying a new scheduling technique and it involves, putting things of priority on top, and right now that's writing my books and all that stuff. And unfortunately yesterday I just had so much writing to do and I just ended up not having the time to record Monday's video, so please forgive me. But this is your tarot video for Tuesday, October 9th, 2018. And I'm going to go ahead and get started by asking for your overall energy for this day. This is the energy that will guide the rest of this reading. So what is your energy for this Tuesday, overall, October 9th, 2018? And of course, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your patience with me, especially on days like yesterday. Thank you for being patient and sending me all of your kind words and messages on Facebook and comments here. So what is your overall energy today? The word wants to be written. So if you are a writer or someone who blogs or you have a journal, today is the day when there's a message that has to come through you. So it's time for you to write it down. It's time for you to let that message come through you for whatever purpose it has. Like I said, that could be your writing, that could be blogging, that could be, a journal, that could be something that you're trying to get out and share online, something you're trying to raise awareness of. Whatever it is, you're going to have some idea today, some sort of inspiration, and it's going to come to you in the form of words, and you're going to have to let yourself write that down. A lot of the times we have ideas, we have thoughts, and we will think about things for like 10 minutes straight, and we'll basically write a whole speech in our head, and then the second we're distracted, the whole thing disappears and we have no idea what we were just thinking. And today is a day for you to take those moments, and when you start feeling those thoughts flowing to you, start writing it down so that by the time you're done, even if you don't necessarily have it all memorized, you have this message. It's come through you. There's a technique called automatic writing where you just sit and you just write whatever words come to your mind. So today, give that technique a try, give that exercise a try, and just see what comes of it. I'm going to ask for your aspirational energy. This will not only tell us a little bit more about what this overall energy card is about, but it can also help you understand the energy that you're supposed to be striving for, the energy that could lead you to your highest or best outcome if you continue on this path and you are able to overcome your challenges. So what is your aspirational energy for this Tuesday, October 9th, 2018? You have the 5 of Wands. So you're prepping yourself for some sort of change in your life, and it's possible that whatever this message is that's coming through, whatever this word that has to be written is, it's a part of that preparation. It's even possibly the catalyst that is going to push you into a new plane of existence, a new path, something that maybe you have been working on for a long time already, and you're feeling that you're ready to continue this, but you're not necessarily sure what to do next. Write it down. Just write down whatever ideas come to you. Write down, brainstorm everything today, and make sure you take notes and write it down so that you have something solid and concrete to come back to, something to build on and work on, because ahead of you there is some changes coming. There's some transformation coming, but that's going to require you take this inspiration and run with it. That's going to require that you lay some foundation and you actually build on these ideas and you prepare yourself for this coming transition, this coming transformation that is ahead for you. There is a metamorphosis in the message of these cards, both of these cards. Every time I see something like this, that means to me that there is a huge metamorphosis ahead for you. And whatever it is that is inspiring you, it could be a fleeting idea, so definitely take that time to record the things that are going on in your head today, in your heart today. Write down, your goals for the future. Write down your dreams. scripting is a wonderful technique for trying to not only figure out your path, but decide what you want to bring into your life. So go ahead and write down what you desire and what you're trying to make, what changes you're trying to bring, as if they've already happened. Give yourself that opportunity to just dream of these things and imagine these things and actually create something concrete that you can look at and come back to. Set real goals. Don't just say in your head what you want to do. Create a list of goals. Write what you need to write out so that you can start this journey, so that you can be more prepared for the next phase of your life. So let's see what's challenging you on the physical level. This is concerning your body, your projects, your jobs, your relationships, anything on the physical realm. What could be challenging you the most for this Tuesday, October 9th, 2018? What is your challenge on the physical level? You have the Chariot. So you are trying to move somewhere. You could be a physical movement, like from one home to another. It could also be a movement from a job, out of your current situation, whatever it is, you're trying to move, and you feel like you have one foot stuck in the mud, and it's just holding you from being able to take those crucial steps. And maybe you know what it is that is the metaphorical mud, whatever it is that's holding you back. Maybe you don't, but there is something keeping you from taking that crucial step to move forward. It's possible that you're feeling some sort of mistrust for another person, and that's keeping you from acting on whatever it is you're thinking of right now, whatever it is that you're hoping to move forward into. You also just might be having trouble seeing the gray areas in this situation. Whatever it is, you're very black and white about it. Your mind is very much, this has to be one way, this has to be another way. There's no in between for you. And because you're not able to see that in between, or let yourself be open to the opportunities for something else other than those two extremes, then you're not really able to move forward. Because for you, it's like, well, if I do this, I either succeed or fail entirely. And if I fail, that's the end. If I succeed, great, but if I fail, it's it. And you're not really ready to make that gamble yet. You're not really listening to your intuition in this situation. You're very much trying to be as logical as possible, which is great, but the way you're going about it is a little bit too organized for whatever the situation is. And that's why you're not able to let yourself see the gray areas. You're not able to let yourself be more flexible about it. You're very stiff in this situation. And this is telling you, that flexibility is a necessary aspect that you're not really getting at the moment. You're not really giving to yourself. So let's see what you can do to overcome this physical challenge. What can you do to overcome this being stuck, having like one foot in one bucket and the other on its way towards your dreams, but you're just kind of seeing it in this black or white, very not flexible, very stiff kind of manner. So how can you overcome this? You have Temperance and the Sun. So this is telling you to take these ideas, take this mental, chemical process that is happening, this spiritual process, and find a way to put it into action, and know that the universe has your back in this situation. You have to let go of the idea of one or the other and let yourself be open to transitioning. Let yourself be open to the time in the middle, okay? So wherever you are now and wherever you're trying to be in like 5 or 10 years or even a year from now, there is a time in the middle, and there is building that has to happen. There are steps to get from point A to point B, and you're really wanting to skip those steps, and that's keeping you from actually being able to take them, right? This is telling you to slow down and to allow the emotional and mental part of yourself, these ideas, these hopes and dreams, these goals that you have, allow them to transform within you and allow them to become action. Okay, take the steps in between that you need to put action to these ideas. Again, write down whatever needs to be written down. If you have ideas and you want to really make a change, then this is the time for you to write these things down. This is the time for you to say, okay, you know what? I have more options than I am giving myself credit for. I have more skills than I'm giving myself credit for. I am able to pursue this thing. And even though I tried to pursue something in one way in the past, and that worked for me, that doesn't mean that's going to work for everything I do. But you should know that as long as you keep your faith in this process, keep your faith in the ability to create this change, you're going to find some success for yourself. Undoubtedly, if you persevere and you just keep pushing forward, there is success, there is joy, there is light. The universe has your back. But you have to be open to flexibility. You have to release this rigid sense of black and white, this rigid sense of one thing is where it's either this way or it's that way, and there is no chance of melding them. There's no compromise. There's no gray area. There's no mixing, right? You have to overcome that by taking these ideas and letting them speak to a part inside of your soul, something that inspires you. Let them guide you. And again, persevere on this path and be patient. Be very patient. This is going to take time. Both of these cards tell me that this is not something that's just going to pop into being. Your life isn't going to change overnight. But as long as you keep pushing and you're determined and you do the work that is necessary and you let yourself be flexible, you let yourself look at failures as something other than the end. Look at them as learning lessons. Look at failures as the ability to change your process, as a sign that it is time to change your process and that you haven't actually failed, you just learned one of the ways that doesn't work. And be patient, okay? So let's see what's challenging you on the mental, emotional, and spiritual level. This is what's going on under the surface, and it can also help us learn a little bit more about this physical challenge that you got going on here. So what is challenging you on the emotional, mental, and spiritual level for Tuesday, October 9th, 2018, please? You have the Fool. That is pretty par for the course at this moment. You have, like I said, these ideas. There's something inspiring you to create a change in your life. Whatever it is, it could be something that you see on your way to work. It could just be a thought that pops in your head. It could be a dream that you had. Any of these ideas that are inspiring you to make changes in your life, write them down and figure out what they are. Figure out different ways that you can use them to go through change, and of course be patient. But none of that is going to really do you any good if you can't accept yourself. If you can't accept that you don't necessarily fit into the life you've been trying to fit into, or that you don't see the world the way that everyone else sees it. And honestly, no one sees the world exactly the same as someone else. But many people try to. Many try to fit into a box because of their peers, because of their family, because of their romantic partners, whatever it is. You've been trying to put yourself into this space that is not fully you, is not 100% you. So take some time to really consider that and consider why you haven't been giving yourself, your real self, the attention that you deserve. You're afraid of going against the grain. You're afraid of doing your own thing and being yourself. Alternatively, in your challenge position, you might not be afraid of that, but you might be relying on it so much that it's not allowing you to open up to other opportunities. You might be so stuck on the idea that, this is me, this is how I do things, this is what my life is, and, trying these other things don't fit into that me that I've built up. And I think that would go along with the rigidity that I'm seeing here. So it's either that you are, trying so hard to be authentic and different and stand out that you're not allowing yourself to compromise and meld and connect with other people and connect with the world in the way that is going to help you grow, or you're afraid of bringing out that truth in yourself, and it is still keeping you from connecting with other people and connecting with the world in a way that will help you to grow. So let's see what you can do to overcome this challenge. How can you overcome this issue where you're either fighting against being yourself because you're afraid of what that could mean for you, or you are trying so hard to create this ideal self or create this idea of a person who doesn't fit in, that you are not allowing yourself to connect and fit in, and therefore you're not allowing yourself to transform and grow and be the person that you really deserve to be. So what can you do to overcome this challenge on your mental, emotional, and spiritual level for Tuesday, October 9th, 2018? You have the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. So you have to really think about what you're planning to do. Whatever it is that you've been writing down, whatever it is that you're trying to make happen in your life, you haven't been going about it necessarily the right way. Which makes a lot of sense so far with what this reading is saying. It's like you've been looking at things from either one side or another, or you've been looking at things as in a way of like, there is no flexibility, there is no gray area in this situation. And that's not the way you should be. What you should be doing is looking at how your behavior, how your actions, how your choices have affected you up to this point. What have you gotten in return for your behaviors? What have you gotten in return for this? Either I am me and I'm only me and no one else can tell me how to be, and therefore I can't try these other things because they don't fit in with this identity that I've created. Or the fear of the real you, so you haven't really been acting on these things and acting on the desires of your heart. For either way, look at how that's come to fruition. Look at how that has affected you up to this point. Look at where you are today and where you stand, and really reassess where your mind has been these last few weeks. I do think you've been thinking about these situations for longer than just today. Whatever this issue is, you have been trying to figure out ways to solve it, but they haven't all been working for you. So in order for you to make the right decision, in order for you to take some of the weight off of your shoulders so that you can feel free and be able to pursue the things that your heart is telling you to pursue the things that you really want to go after. Whatever this movement is that is coming into your life, you want it a lot, and it's a part of your soul. So you have to rethink what you've done so far to get here, and rethink what you're going to do, what you've been planning on doing or thinking about doing, and let yourself be flexible to change. Let yourself be flexible to small failures so that you can learn and move forward. And the ability to make the decisions for your future, to be able to say, you know what, this hasn't worked for me and I have to try something new, that's going to come from assessing where you are now. That's going to come from looking at the work that you've done and the results of that work. Because this is in this position, that has to do with you internally. How has, again, holding yourself back been working for you? Or being so into trying to be this image, this identity that you think represents you, but It makes people not want to hang out with you. It makes you lose friends. It makes you lose business. You're not able to get clients. Whatever it is, it's something that is keeping you from truly being who you're supposed to be and from pursuing the dreams that are in your heart, pursuing this passion and taking these steps forward. It's all in your hands. This is a time for reassessing yourself. This is a time for asking questions, writing things down. Like, absolutely, if you don't have a journal already, start a journal. It can change your life. You will be more able to see the changes you've gone through. You'll be more able to see what you're hoping for in the future in a more concrete manner. You'll be more able to understand your emotional changes, because whatever the situation is, you haven't been dealing with it properly, and it is time to approach it in a different way. And you have to do that by seeing first what hasn't been working for you. Okay? So let's see what your energy is to close out this day. What is your energy for the end of this Tuesday, October 9th, 2018? How are you going to close out this day? And thank you again for joining me. Thank you, as always, to our higher selves and those other higher beings that guide us and allow us to connect with one another, angels or whatever you'd like to call them. Thank you so much for being here with us. And thank you to anyone out there who is liking and subscribing. It helps me out by letting YouTube know that these videos are useful and that they're appreciated. But even if you're not doing that, I am so grateful for you being here, so thank you. So what is your energy to close out this Tuesday? You have the World and the King of Pentacles. Whatever the situation is that you're dealing with today, even with the challenges that you're facing, I'm seeing that there is positivity surrounding you, and you have the ability to go after whatever it is you want. Like I said at the beginning of this reading, write down the life that you see for yourself as if it's already there. Write down all your goals, any new ideas, any new dreams, anything that you could possibly want to achieve in your life. Write it down so that you're able to see that, so that you're able to face it. And write down your own capabilities. Write down what is already available to you, what you've already created in your life. Be careful of ignoring what's already in your life. Be careful of ignoring the abundance that is here for you, because there is abundance for you. It is available to you every day. The world is your oyster. You have what you need to achieve these dreams. You have what you need, and you have to let yourself be aware of that. You have to let yourself know that if you can imagine it, and you can let yourself be flexible about how it comes about, don't worry as much about exactly how it's going to happen. Just know that if you do the work that you need to do and you take the steps that you need to do, you will be led on the right path. You'll be led to success. Okay? You are on the way to what you need to have. But you might not be seeing that for whatever reason. You might be looking so hard at the end results that you're not able to take the steps in between. Like I said earlier, you're not able to bend and change your path just a little to get to success and joy. So figure out, really narrow down what means the most to you. What makes your world a happy world? As in, not things like, oh, I want 50 cars and a giant house and $1 million. That's not real. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it is not going to fill your soul with joy. It is not going to bring you the happy, content, soul lightening joy that you deserve, the growth that you deserve. It is a completely different thing to say, I want 5 cars, than it is to say, I want to have all of this money so that I can take care of my parents, so that I can feed hungry people, so that I can run a business that I am proud of and happy about, so that I can send my future children to school, so that I can garden every day and be connected to nature. Okay, so really think about why, if money is what you're focused on, if money is where your head is at, you're missing out on the true point of money. You're missing out on the true point of abundance and of success. And that is finding growth and joy and healing within yourself. That is finding joy in your soul, connection with the world around you, connection with people, connection with the universe, with our higher selves and our higher powers. Creating wisdom, learning, and sharing what you learn. Okay, life is so many things, and money helps us to achieve many of those things. But if your energy is just, I want money because I want money, that's not going to get you much. It's not going to get you anywhere. So really rethink your relationship with money. Again, write all of this down, everything that you're going through today, all these thoughts that are coming to you today, write it down. And when you're thinking about money, write down your relationship with money. What has it been like? What do you feel? What happens to your body when someone, like a stranger, starts talking about money? Okay, if I walked up to you and said, hey, what's your yearly salary? What's going to happen to your body? Do you tense up? Does your stomach get knotted? What if I walked up to you and said, do you want to make $1,000 a month? What's your response? Is your response, oh no, you're obviously scamming me because that's impossible? Because if that's your response, then there's a chance that your relationship with money has a negative undertone. So really reassess that. Really think about your relationship with money. Think about how you've been approaching it so far. Think about how you've been approaching your business life so far, how you've been approaching your spiritual life, how you've been approaching your own being, like just who you are and how you're presenting yourself to the world. Okay, today is a great day to just really make these plans for yourself, set these goals, write down where you are and where you're going in your life concerning money, concerning goals, concerning emotions, concerning relationships, whatever it is you want to change. Create a concrete document. Create something real that you can look at and hold in your hands to help you assess this situation and help you to change this situation so that you can find that wholeness that is waiting for you. All right, that is your reading for Tuesday, October 9th, 2018. Again, thank you so much for joining me. If you like this video, go ahead and click those buttons below. Check out the links in the description, and I will see you tomorrow. Remember always that I love you. Bye.